And welcome to Strength-Based Marketing. I'm Pat Dewar. This day, I absolutely love to work with this lady. I'm going to interview today is Adele Foster. She is amazing, and one of the reasons why I say that is that I've known Adele for 15 or 16 years. Oh my gosh, since the Earth was cooling, and but here's the one thing I've always known about Adele ever since I first met her. She used to do a course on speaking, or getting people to get out of the just corporate whatever, and then she began to do so many more things. Now she runs a TV network virtually, and so many other things that she's doing. But she's a massive implementer, and that's one of the things that I've seen about her. Every time I talk to her, we chat a little bit, we talk about some ideas, and she does it. She just goes makes it happen. So Adele, as always, it's an honor to have you on the
Well,
show.
well, I want to say thank you for having me on the show, Patrick. It's my pleasure just to be here with you.
Well,
I
thank
enjoy every time we get together. It's
uh,
just awesome.
well, thank you. It's so much fun. You know, many business owners are trying to relaunch their business, and I know that some people have been working on new ideas and new services and new things that they're trying to do, but they're they're trying to get back. The engine's going again, and you've done so many different things to help business owners for years. I know you've taught classes at the university. You've got books, and how many books have you published now?
Oh, wow. I would say no, about eight, but
Eight
I'm
books,
working on my ninth one now.
way above me. The thing is that you've got so many things going. What would you say to someone who's trying to grow their business out of COVID-19? What would you recommend they do? And out of that, I know many of the things that you do come out in the conversation. So go ahead, tell us what should we do?
Well, one of the things, Patrick, that I've noticed, and with a lot of businesses, especially I'm going to say baby boomers because I'm a baby boomer myself, is technology. And I feel that we need to get on top of technology because that's the wave of the future. And that's where businesses are going. If you look at the big businesses like the Sears and the Macy's, a lot of big businesses are going online. So I'm saying, why don't we, as small businesses, do the same? We reach more than just um, our target audience in our neighborhoods or in our surrounding areas, but now we can reach internationally being online.
Yeah, the audience has grown a great deal. What are some of the things that you recommend that people do online? I know that 90 days ago I was teaching around the country, and in that much time, I was recalled, and then we went to webinars, and and what's been interesting is to see the transition from I'm doing these webinars, how much more can I do? Which created this. I had the strength based marketing book, and I said, why don't I create a Facebook group? Why don't I create interviews for the members of the Facebook group to one, show off how brilliant they are, and two, to share ideas. So, what are some of the things that you're doing and you recommend that people do beyond? Technology is a broad subject. So, what are a couple of like one, two, three, fours of action steps people can take?
Well, one of the things I will say, because you said it, because of the fact that, COVID 19, we had to, we were quarantined pretty much, I would say, in house. So your business, there's some knowledge within that person. I would say take the knowledge that they have and teach courses online about what you know. But not only just teach courses, ask yourself how creative can you be? And what creativity can you pull out of your knowledge base? And I'm going to give you a perfect example. My book, just one of my books, I took that book and the cover of the book, I pulled quotes out of that book and I made key rings. So they're on my website to sell. So that was one thing. I made key rings, and out of the key rings, you got a quote and you got my book cover. So on the front is my book cover, on the back is a quote. So that was one thing I did with the book. On top of that, I made a workbook. So there are a multitude of things that we can do to move further along. How much knowledge do you have? So I start with the knowledge base. Um, I was talking to a business owner who was used to teaching kids karate in his facility. He had a facility. But now he took that same thing and he put it online. So now he's still reaching kids, but now instead of just reaching the kids in his neighborhood, he's reaching kids all around the world because he's teaching karate online.
That's beautiful. I always tell people, look, most of us have some 9-pound pearls that we paid for, so to speak. And what I mean is that um, in our lives there are lessons that we've learned, and usually we paid more than you could imagine to learn that wisdom. But they brought a breakthrough in your life, and if we share that 9-pound pearl with somebody else, and the other person actually like receives it, it snaps change in their lives, and things change real fast. And I think we all have them. And why not just go through and say, what are the biggest lessons that changed your life? Write down 12 of them. Well, now take those 12 and and create a 5 to 7 minute, maybe a 10-minute little like Zoom recording of it. And then take that and put it up on YouTube. And then take that 12 minutes and transcribe it. And then bring it to Adele and have her publish it when you get all 12 done. I mean, now you're a published author and you have a course, you create a workbook around each 10-minute talk, and what are the exercises? And then what you're able to do is what? Deliver transformation.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I'm pretty certain, Adele, don't you do all those things with your when you're walking somebody and creating a book? You actually go through all the steps, don't you?
I go through all the steps and I actually show them where they can go because a book is, to me, I tell anybody, a book is your calling card. What more can you do with your calling card? Because now that they have your book, what else can you give them? And like you said, the classes. And I love to teach. I realized there was a teacher in me a long time ago, although I said I would never be a teacher. But I realized there was a teacher in me. And just to watch the light bulb go off, to see the light bulb go off, it's amazing.
Oh, no
So
kidding.
if
Go
the
ahead.
light bulb goes off in your own head, how much more can you make a light bulb go off in somebody else's head?
Absolutely. And then what's funny is that even beyond that, now you do a show on Roku, right?
Yes, I do.
What created that? Because a lot of people could literally follow your lead right into a venue like that, couldn't they?
Yes, they could. One of the reasons why I created the show on Roku was to give opportunities to authors who needed exposure. But I also have opportunities for anyone who wants to create a channel and put shows on Roku as well. So there's so many opportunities that are out there. I personally believe you got to seize the moment, and most people don't seize the
We've got to pivot, We all have to pivot and then take action on it. I know that you run into very much resistance because I think that there's a lot of fear. In fact, I would say there's a lot of pain in America right now. You look around, you see people that are offended. You see people that are angry. I should say angry. I see people that are um, afraid. I see people that are sad, and those are all signs of unprocessed pain. But yet, at the same token, that means that there's a huge need for the keys of like the services that you render, where you're bringing people out and not only giving them the opportunity and the assistance to create their book and their message, but then to give them a medium to actually publish it and get more eyes and serve more people. Is that right?
That's absolutely correct. And you mentioned one thing that I want to address, and that was the word fear. And most of us heard that fear means false evidence appearing real. Well, why don't we take fear and turn it around and face everything in lies?
Take fear and turn around and do what?
Face everything and rise.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's an interesting thing because to me, if you ever analyze the actions of fear, you see, you put value or believe this thing is
Mm-hmm.
is to be. You actually, your body, your state, everything about you begins to adjust to that interpretation, that meaning you put on there, and the authority, and you move in that direction, which could be withdrawal. Okay, that's a movement, that's a motion. But the other side of the coin is faith,
Mm,
and it looks exactly the same. You see, you add meaning, you put authority in it, you take action. And we need to reverse the direction of the fear mindset to wait a minute, it's the same movement if I take a step of faith and believe, what if it worked out right?
mm, wow.
Is that good?
That's good. I like that, Patrick.
So here's the thing. One, how can people get a hold of you to learn more about some things you've been doing, and especially the Roku thing? Oh my gosh, and the book stuff. How can people get a hold of you? And then what are a couple of things that, well, let's just do that. Let's say, go ahead, give me that information so that they have it. How can they get a hold of you?
Well, people can contact me at ACP at Aquarius, Aquarius, Creation, Creation, publishing.com.
Yeah, that one's kind of long.
I
Email
know.
it to me
I
so
will.
that
I
I have
will.
it, and then I'll put it in the comments of the YouTube and all. But so you've got that. They get a hold of you,
They
and
can get a
then
hold of me that way, or they can call me at 469. Hold on one
yeah,
second.
really, don't worry about the text coming up. So why don't you this rather than just I'll put that on there if that's what you want. So you got your 469 number.
513-2366.
Okay, so they can call you, they can email you, and get some ideas. Now, last last of the show, action steps.
Action
What
steps.
what are some things that any professional can do right now to relaunch?
Well, one of the first things I'm going to say, I love the Nike commercial, so I'm going to have to say, just do it.
Okay, take
And
that.
then just do it because I love that Nike commercial. And secondly, sit down and jot down all of your gifts and talents. because most of us look at our gifts and talents or look at things that we're able to do and we'll just say, oh, that old thing or it's nothing, but really it's something. You might enjoy doing it. What do you love doing? What, whatever you love doing, you can turn into a business. So it's time to start thinking, put your thinking cap on, and move forward with whatever it is that you enjoy doing. Because if you enjoy doing it, somebody else will love having
I agree. I'm a big believer that do what you love to do and then send an invoice. Um,
it. That's right.
so thank you so much, Adele. As always, it's such a pleasure to work with you. Folks, I do encourage you, if you got a book in you, if you got a desire to get your message out, she's got a great platform, and uh, don't let your false evidence appearing real hold you back.
Exactly. Thank you for
Information
having me.
with implementation creates transformation.
Absolutely.
So thank you again, Adele, for being here.
Thank you for having me, Patrick.
Yeah. And folks, hey, if you like what you're hearing, share with somebody. If there's an idea, make sure that you get to know the other thought leaders that are in strength-based marketing Facebook page. If you need to invite friends to that need ideas, please do, because I really want to create a real network of people that are um, brilliant and want to bring great ideas into the workplace. And so, with that, I'm Pat Dewar. This is Strength Based Marketing. Thanks so much for being here, and we'll see you next time.